Thanks, Greg. And I'm really happy to be associated with New MR and Ray and Sue, as Greg just said, have done a fantastic job. And this is my third year speaking at New MR, so I'm really excited to be here.
And you're in China, right?
I'm in China. I'm based in China.
I forgot to mention that. Now based in Shanghai.
Yeah, but luckily I'm associated with a technology that is borderless. So, in fact, we do more work outside China than we do in China. So, we are very mobile. Yeah, and today I'll be speaking about 3D objects in mobile research and some of the areas that we see we are using it, and which we hope to see more usage in market research. Basically, it is assumed that a lot of 3D animation, the origins are very recent and belong to advertising or gaming. But the truth is that 3D animation actually has been around for a long time, but it was largely led by industries which are not so much in the consumer limelight, like defense, auto, industrial design. And it's only recently, and I would give a lot of credit to the gaming industry for bringing 3D animation into our palm tops and our bedrooms. Avatar is a great example of that as well. Movies. Okay, so the gaming leads the 3D consumer wave. So as I already mentioned, gaming plays a huge role in the improvement of quality of 3D animation and the technology that drives it. And it's only recently that marketers have started to utilize this to communicate with consumers through brand campaigns, be it applications or other means of communication using digital media. A good example that is out there are some of the applications which are available on the iPhone or Android phone or the tablets. And this example I have here is by Haier. It's a Chinese consumer durable company. And this application, they have built it on the Android phone and on the iPhone platform for both tablets and phones. And it allows a consumer to take a photograph of a room, select a product from their product range, place it within that photograph, manipulate the size of that object, increase the size, reduce the size, turn the object around, rotate it, change the color of the product if it has multiple choices, and then of course share this photograph of in this case, a bathroom with a washing machine with their friends or social networks, or simply save it within their device. So this is just one innovative way that marketers have started to make branded consumer-friendly applications. Okay, this effectively is I'm trying to show you the process broken down in just 4 steps. how we prepare a 3D image is we source rendered images. That simply means that we get multiple images of an object. It could be from different angles, uh, or sometimes what we do is we have only one photograph, and then we create uh, using some softwares how that same image will look from multiple angles. So you have to create the base source images. And once you have done this, these images are fed into something called a 3D engine. And the 3D engine is nothing but a mathematical definition of how you view the photograph. So the 3D engine defines how you view the picture from different angles. And once this has been integrated into a 3D engine, then we can start defining the navigation rules. Rules like if I swipe my finger on the apple with my finger, then the apple moves from the left to the right. Or if I pinch the apple gets smaller. If I twist my finger using two fingers, it clockwise, the apple will rotate clockwise. So these are the navigation rules that we can set depending on what we want to do with the object in question. So, and then of course, before we can actually start using it, we do a lot of testing to make sure that the interaction between the object and the user is as we have defined, as we want. So we have a user acceptance test before the release. Here are some of the most commonly used multi-touch gestures in mobile 3D animation. And this is by no way a finite list. It's a technology that is evolving and growing. And however, there are few of the gestures which are most commonly used and accepted. But this is a list, largely a list of that. But still, depending on what you're doing, you can always invent your own kind of gestures which consumers can use to enhance their experience. But generally, the thumb rule is that the simpler it is, though better it is for consumers. Okay, here this is an illustration of how we can use this in market research. This is a small pilot that we conducted. This is just giving you the flow that we used. We built an application which was downloadable. So the consumer downloaded this app. On downloading the app, the consumer opened a screen which welcomed them and gave them instructions on what was expected of them. Once they finish this screen, it effectively gave them access to their camera in the phone, and the user was tasked with taking a photograph of a cooler, a beverage cooler, a multi-brand, multi-beverage stocked cooler. So once the consumer took a photograph on the phone, we placed that picture of the cooler on the right part of the screen, and on the left part they were provided with like a basket of beverages, and they were tasked with picking up the beverages from the basket and placing them on the beverage cooler. And when they placed it in this cooler, they had to place it in a manner that they wanted to. So because it's a can, it has uh, branding all around the can or bottle. So they had to twist the bottle, manipulate it in a manner, and choose the facing that they found most appealing, and also place the bottle in the cooler where they most found interesting. And of course, we tracked the choices that they made. Part 3 of this exercise was they were asked a small questionnaire just to ensure things about brand, SKUs, and just confirming some of the information on the brands that they were interacting with. Post this, we had another photograph, the final uploadable data, which had the original photograph and the photograph with the new bottles placed on this, and then uploaded it to the main server via the app for analysis. After this exercise, we also did an face-to-face interview, an IDI, to understand some of the choices they made, the experience they had, what we could do to improve the system. Yeah, so this is some of the outcomes that we learned from the exercise. One was that the creative and quality production ensures interest. So one of the reasons that they enjoyed doing it and they did it with enthusiasm was that the production quality of the whole app they liked. It was simple to use, it was easy to use, and it was pretty intuitive. The second issue which we had was that the production time required was more than the client felt comfortable with, and they felt that we could crunch the time better. However, the issue is that if you don't do enough work, those efficiencies are hard to build. And also the cost of production was pretty high. Of course, this again has to do with volumes, and as the technology gets better and more mainstream, these prices are already dropping from when we did this work. And of course, rendered objects, depending on what type of objects they are, especially spherical and cans and things like that, they have a lot of they're pretty heavy on the 3D engine. So if you have a lot of them, then there's a limit to how much can be placed on a phone. So you might be able to work with say 10 objects comfortably, but if you wanted to do say 30, 40, a lot of the lower end phones would be hard to utilize this tool. And finally, the camera use and the augmented reality being introduced into the whole exercise was something that was highly appreciated. Okay, so this is a totally new area, and there's really no benchmarks, not too much work has been done in this area. So it gives us also another opportunity to build systems and products and areas to explore. So this is just a partial list that we can use this technology for. We can use it for product testing, packaging, concept testing, shopper research, price analysis. So there's a lot of areas that you can do, and this, as I said, is a partial list. I'm sure if we sat down and thought about it, there would be other practical applications that we can put this technology to. That brings me to the end of my presentation, and Greg, over to you. So I'm open to questions.